Batman is playing Galaga.
Welcome to Retro Gamer with Tall Paul.
Thought we wouldn't notice, but we did.
Let's go again. The relentless pursuit of a high score. You may ask yourself why I'm torturing myself on this game. It's only a 60,000 high score and I can't seem to break it. Well, think of it like golf. There are so many guys who go out there and golf and practice and practice and practice. And they want to be good at golf, but they're not getting much better, but they enjoy the journey. That's how I see MS PAC-MAN. I fell in love with MS PAC-MAN when I was a kid in the arcade. And I came in and saw this game. I was used to Pac-Man, and all of a sudden MS PAC-MAN arrived. And this game just kind of taunted you to put a quarter in it. MS PAC-MAN did not make a peep of a sound until you put a quarter in. No gameplay, no nothing really. It just gave you a title screen, maybe a few little things, but it just sat there and said, until you put a quarter in, I'm not doing anything. And then suddenly when you put a quarter in, it went ba-boonk, and then the music came on, and suddenly it was Manic City. And you had to either figure it out or you were going to die and be done. And then it just sat there again, silent, waiting until you put another quarter in it. And I always wanted to be good at this game. Pac-Man was a great game, but it got to be a little bit repetitive. Some guys could get way high in the level count, and then you'd eventually get to a kill screen, I believe. But the scenery never really changed. With MS Pac-Man, you had different levels, different fruits, different features, such as the acts in between sets of levels, Act 1, 2, and 3. You can actually get a break and have some entertainment. It seemed to just be more variety. So as soon as I saw it, I was hooked. So let's enjoy one of those examples right now. Wasn't that great? It was like a little reward. I love stuff like that. The game actually celebrates you when you do well. But it gets harder. It's not the same level over and over again. The mazes change, and you got to figure out what you're doing. And the ghosts move all kinds of different ways. You can never count on it doing the same thing twice. They have a random variable in there. You never know which way they can turn. I used to want to practice this game, but you needed to put a quarter in it every time to play, and I never had any quarters. So I would watch other kids play or wait until someone else came in and put a quarter in, and I'd just sit there and try to learn. Yet I only got to a certain level. I could only get to the first banana level. No matter how good I played or however lucky I got, banana level. That's it. So I've always wanted to improve, so that's why I'm trying to put the work in now and share the journey with you. Can I actually improve in this game? I guess I'm pretty competitive. But when I was a kid, my little brother was way better at stuff than I was athletically. Like he could just see it and do it. So I was the older brother, yet he was bringing home MVP trophies from his team. And I would be bringing home Most Improved Player awards. Great. You started off the year on the bench not playing, and by the end of the year, you actually got in the game. And I got a trophy for that every year. Well, I wanted to be good at basketball. I wanted to be recognized as having some skill. Oh, I just bumped the camera there. Isn't that great? So I would go outside on our dirt court outside my parents' house, and I would shoot hoops and shoot hoops and shoot hoops until I got a little bit better and a little bit better. I don't think I ever got to my brother's level, but I was a good basketball player in my own right. To the point where my dad told my brother one time, he told him, Andy, if you had half the drive of Paul, you would be in the NBA. And when my brother told me that, I didn't know what to think of that. It's like he just insulted both of us. Because I have all of my drive. And long story longer, I am not in the NBA. It's funny how dads can try to motivate their sons. Do you have anything that you've ever tried and practiced at and it just didn't seem to be able to improve on? Any stories of woe? Well, tell me about them in the comments. I'd like to hear a good story or two. If you got any questions for me along the way, go ahead and ask them. I'll do the best I can to answer them. Another thing I love about these games is that they're pure. What do I mean by pure? Nothing's pure. Well, no, they're pure games. They don't have a reset button. They don't have a pause button. Oh, here's another scene. Enjoy. So that's the only pause you get during a screen break, which I think is cool because you earn that. And they give you a little break, and then they keep going. But kids nowadays with their consoles and online gaming, everybody's got a reset button. They have settings you can adjust. They have a pause button so you can get up and take a break. This game in its pure form had no reset button, no pause button, and you only got one extra life at 10,000 points. And that's it. You had to succeed within those parameters. The rules were set, and you had to abide by them. Another thing I love about these games is the joystick and the fire button. No matter what kind of controls you use, nothing is as great as the classic joystick setup. I've played MS PAC-MAN on many different consoles over the years, but I love this setup because it's the true joystick. Alright, banana level. This is where the rubber meets the road. That's what I love about this game. It gets faster and more difficult, and it doesn't stop for anybody. You gotta keep up, you gotta make decisions, you gotta make moves, or else the game's over. You have to be able to withstand the pressure. Just take a deep breath and relax. Just make decisions. Do. Another 5,000. You're obviously a fan of MS PAC-MAN. Tell me about it. When was your first exposure to MS PAC-MAN? What are your high scores? Let me know. Yes, I made it past that banana level. Now it's time for second banana level. This is where things get faster. And the power pellet invincibility is shorter. You hit it and the ghosts barely stay ghosts for 2 seconds. I guess that's more like 3 seconds. It's quick. You barely have enough time to get away from them. And there's one entry and one exit in some of these spots. Don't get caught in the corner. Well, I'm going to keep playing and try to post a high score for you guys. Please like and subscribe, and communicate with me in the comments. Thanks for watching.